So yeah, if you've just arrived, good morning. Have a block handy. Yeah, so have a block by your side and we will start lying down on our backs. Yeah, have your knees bent and your feet as wide as your mat. Make yourself comfortable. It's always, well done for getting here on a Monday morning. That's already half the battle. So now with the knees bent, feet as wide as the mat, just let the knees press together, arms down by your side, and let your eyes relax, let your face relax. Just take a few moments to acclimatize to the space. And also to prepare your body and your mind for movement. With the eyes closed, start to deepen your breathing. Taking 5 counts to breathe in through your nose. And 5 counts to breathe out through your nose. And with every round of the breath, see if you can relax a little bit more. So we're stopping so that we can start. Notice if you feel that there's some tension somewhere, or you know that you're feeling tight from something at the weekend or just from your night's sleep. And see if just breathing slow and steady can start to help that area relax. Next time you breathe in, get to the top of your breath in and hold your breath there. So holding all the air inside your body for a moment. See if you can let more air seep in through your nose. And then open your mouth and exhale, let it all out. Now breathing in and out through your nose. Keep a nice steady rhythm with your breathing as you move through the class today. Let the knees come away from each other and heel toe the feet in towards each other. Take a breath in, feel your belly expand. And as you breathe out, draw your belly button back towards the floor and then start to lift your hips up to the sky. You want to try and feel each vertebrae as you send the hips up. And as you breathe out, lower the spine down vertebrae by vertebrae. So take that breath in. And as you breathe out, belly button back, tuck the tail, lift the hips up to the sky. Okay. And as you breathe in, lower the spine down vertebra by vertebra. Try it 2 more times like that. Just beginning to warm up your spine. Also starting to feel your hamstrings and your glutes. And moving with your breathing. Okay, trying it 1 more time. As you breathe out, belly button back, push through your feet and lift the hips up to the sky. And as you breathe out, so in, lower yourself down. Okay. So if you have got a block, grab it now. Don't worry if you haven't got one. But if you have got one, squeeze the block in between your knees. If you did have like a light book or something to squeeze, you could squeeze that instead. But it doesn't matter if you haven't got anything. Breathing in. Okay, now again, as you breathe out, belly button back. Now squeeze the block with your legs and push the hips up to the sky. Okay, now keep squeezing the block if you've got it there, and then lift your heels up off the floor. Feel the inner thighs starting to engage here. Okay, feel the belly button draw back towards the spine, and feel the strength of your core. Keep all of that strong as you lower the spine down nice and slowly. Stay up high on your toes for as long as you can and keep squeezing the block together. Eventually let the heels touch the floor. Okay, try that again. As you breathe out, belly button back. You're squeezing the block if you've got one, pushing through the feet and lifting the hips up. And then see if you can come up high onto your toes. Keep squeezing the block. This time, interlace the fingers underneath you and try and press your shoulder blades together. So you're almost lifting yourself up a bit higher. Keep squeezing the block, feeling the inner thighs engage. And then release the hands and let the spine lower down. Keep the heels lifted if you can. Lower down the spine. Feel the tailbone touch the floor and then let the heels touch the floor. So you should already feel a little bit of fire in your inner thighs, hamstrings and glutes. Bring your knees into your chest and take your legs up to the sky. Yeah, so if you are squeezing the block, really press the legs into the block so you get that nice strong feeling through your inner thighs. And you can point and flex through your feet. Again, all of this, you can do it without the block, so don't worry if you haven't got one. Take a little circle with your feet. And then just be still for a moment. Okay, so let the legs just be still and feel the hips pressing back into the floor. Feel how they're level. Yeah. And we want to see if we can try and recreate this shape when we're standing on our feet. So now take the block, if you've got it, don't worry if you haven't, in between your ankles. So if you haven't got the block, you're just squeezing the legs towards each other. Draw your belly button back towards the floor, and then see if you can just lower the legs down a couple of centimeters or inches. See how far you can go. Don't let the lower back come off the floor. And then lift the legs back up towards the head. Okay, try it again. You don't have to go down too low, just until you feel your core start to engage. If your lower back arches, you've gone too far. Take the legs right back up. And last one, lower the legs, maybe to 45 degrees. You're firing up your core, getting nice and strong. And then take it back up. Good. Take the block now again, back in between your legs, and let both knees fall towards the right side. Squeeze the left leg into the block, and squeeze the right leg into the block as you twist. And again, if this feels too much, take the block away. You can always put the block on the outside of the right leg. Bringing the knees back into the center, lower them over to the other side. And again, if you're looking for more, squeeze the legs together. So you squeeze the legs into the block. And if you're looking for less, you can always put the block on the outside of the left leg so the legs don't go down so low. Breathing in, breathing out. Releasing the left hand, bring your knees back in, and then just go from side to side, tapping the legs from side to side, with the block or without the block. It's time to wake up your lower back, start to wake up your core, inner thighs getting nice and strong. Well done. And then just before we move from here, take the block away. Soles of the feet together, let the knees open. Enjoy the inner thighs getting that nice stretch there, hips getting that nice stretch. Arms can go up and over your head. Take a breath in, breathe into your belly and into your rib cage, into your chest. And let's open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Good, guys. Bringing the knees back up to the center. Hands behind the thighs, start to roll up and down your spine. If you've got a nice soft carpet, you can really enjoy this. If not, round your spine as much as you can. We're going to make our way into a child's pose. So you can either cross the legs and take the feet behind you, or take the legs to the side. Yeah. Have your block nearby if you've got one. Okay, big toes touching, knees touching. And relax the tummy, the chest, the head down into your child's pose shape. Yeah. How does that feel in your lower back? How does that feel in your hips? Breathe in, feel the body expand in the shape. And breathe out. Looking forwards, come up onto all fours. And if you've got your block, grab it now, pop it again in between your legs. Don't worry if this is too much, then you can just ditch the block. Yeah, see how you go. Palms flat, fingers facing forwards and right below your shoulders. Cat-cow. Squeeze your block with your legs as you let your belly drop and lift your head up. Okay, now keep squeezing the block as you tuck your tail. Push with the hands and round the spine. Yeah. And again, let your belly drop. Keep squeezing the block as you lift the head and chest up. And as you breathe out, push the mat away, round the back, squeeze the block. Good. Last time, let your belly drop down. Feel the head and chest lift up. And with the breath out, tuck your tail round your back, chin to chest. Good. So now tuck your toes under. If you have got the block there, keep hold of it as you lift your knees off the floor. Yeah. Now all this can be done without the block, so don't panic if you haven't got one. See if you can squeeze the heels down one by one. Yeah, so the block is there, you're squeezing the block, you're pressing your heels down, using the block to help you almost anchor into this pose. Yeah. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. And don't worry if your heels are lifted off the floor. More important to get a nice long lower back. From here, come up high onto your toes, squeeze your block if it's there, and roll yourself forwards into a plank pose. Now, how much can you squeeze your block and tuck your tail, keep your core strong? Yeah. You gotta take the hips up and back into downward facing dog. And again, come up high onto your toes, squeeze the block as you roll forwards into a plank pose. Don't let your plank pose be low, tuck under. And then take the hips up and back, downward dog. We're just waking up the wrists, waking up the core, waking up the inner thighs. Last time, come up high onto your toes, bring yourself forwards into that plank pose. Lower your knees to the floor, keep squeezing the block as you undo your toes and let your body rest down onto the mat. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest up and keep squeezing your block, squeeze your block. And then lower yourself down. Push back into your knees. Tuck your toes under. Take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Try that again with the block or without it. Come up high onto your toes. Roll yourself forwards into plank pose. Lower your knees. Release your feet. Allow yourself to lower down towards the floor. Feel the elbows by the rib cage. Lift the shoulders up and back, lift the chest up, squeeze your block. And then we'll lower back down. We can push back into the knees. Tuck your toes under, take that lovely block with you up into your downward facing dog. Good, last time. Come up high onto your toes, squeeze the block as you roll forwards into your plank pose. Keep squeezing the block. Could you hop your right foot off even though you're squeezing the block? Lower the right foot. Could you hold your left foot off? Yes. Good. So now you could drop your knees like we just did, or squeeze your block, push your heels away, the crown of the head forwards as the elbows brush the rib cage. Lift the shoulders up and back. Keep squeezing the block. Maybe come into upward dog. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Good. So we all love this bit. You get to drop the block like you've just laid an egg and pop it to one side. These little things make me laugh. Bring your big toes to touch now and lift your right leg to the sky. Heel into your bottom, open up the hip there, feel the stretch through your left leg. And as you breathe out, right knee into your nose, slot the foot inside the hands. You can always lower the left knee down to do that. Head, chest forwards, reach your arms up, come up high lunge. Round the back heel, walk your front foot forwards, warrior two. Yeah. Flip the front palm, breathe in as you reach forwards, and then breathe out as you take it back. Okay, keep the breath flowing here. As you breathe out, right hand comes down, touch the floor. Big circle, left arm up and over. Plant the hand, walk your right foot over to the right. And then front foot to the back. So you're back in that plank pose. Imagine the block is there. Squeeze the block, the imaginary block. Drop your knees if you want, or elbows brush the rib cage, hover down. Lift the head and chest up into upward dog or cobra. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Long breath out. Let the breath help keep everything calm as we start to flow. Big toes touch. Breathe in, left leg to the sky. Heel into the bottom, open up the hip. Now try and bring that left foot inside the hands. We can always lower the right knee to do it. Lifting the back knee if it's down, head chest forwards, come up, high lunge. How does this right leg feel here? Yeah. Drop the back heel, open up the chest to the right, walk your front foot forwards to the right. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, and now breathe into the side of the body as you reach back. So reversing the warrior. Inhale. Good. Now as you exhale, left hand comes down, touch the floor, big circle, right arm up and over. Plant the hand, walk left foot over to the left, front foot to the back. So what would you like to do? Drop the knees or go down one long plank. Breathing in to come into your upward dog shape. Breathing out to take it up and back, downward facing dog. Full breath in, guys, keep it moving. Long breath out. Big toes touch. Breathe in, right leg to the sky. Heel into your bottom, now try and open the knee up high. Breathe out, right knee into nose, try not give up yet. Pop the foot inside the hands, keep moving. Reach the arms up, high lunge. Drop the back heel 45, walk your front foot forwards, warrior two. You know this bit, use it to warm yourself up. Flip the palm, reach it forwards and take it back. Breathe into the side of your body. You're going to straighten your front leg now, reach even further. Squeeze your legs towards each other like you've got a massive block in between your legs. Bringing your arms back, bring the back heel in one step, back toes in one step. Push the back hip away, reach as far forwards as you can, hand onto your shin, twist the chest to the left, and you can look up to the left hand. If you want to go a bit further, right hand inside right ankle, breathe in. Good, guys. As you breathe out, look down, rebend into your right leg. Right hand comes down, touch the floor, big circle, left arm up and over. Right foot over to the right hand, right foot to the back. Your vinyasa, so are you going to drop your knees or keep them lifted as you lower down to come into cobra maybe, or upward dog? Take it straight up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Keep it moving, guys. Hang tight. Long breath out. Big toes touch. Breathe in, lift the left leg to the sky. Heel into the bottom, open up the hip. Can you bring the left foot inside the hands? And we know we can drop the right knee to do that. Head and chest forwards. Reach the arms up, come up high lunge. And then ground the back heel, warrior two. But make sure this left foot moves forwards. You want to line up the heel with your arch. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards and then back. Breathe into the side. Straighten the front leg, and again, imagine that massive block in between your legs. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Bring your arms back. Bring the back heel in one step. Back toes in one step. Push the back hip away, reach as far forwards as you can. Left hand right on your shin below your knee. Twist the chest to the left, right fingers to the sky. If you can go a little bit deeper without changing this alignment, left hand can go inside left ankle. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe into where you feel this. I feel it all in the top of my right side, right hip, right leg. Also my inner left thigh. Look down, bend your front knee, come back, warrior two. Left hand comes down, touch the floor. Big circle, right arm up and over. Plant the hand, left foot walks over to the left hand, and then front foot to the back. Good, go with your flow, guys. What are you doing? Are you dropping your knees down, lowering down into your chaturanga, lifting the head and chest up, maybe cobra or upward dog. Take it straight up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Open mouth and exhale, let it go. Good. Can you hang tight for one more flow? Let's keep it going. Big toes touching. Breathe in, right leg to the sky. Heel into the bottom, open up the hip. Breathe out. Try and bring your right foot inside your hands. Yeah, how can you get it there? Come up into your high lunge shape. Reach the arms up. Hopefully you can feel a bit of heat now. Drop the back heel, walk the front foot forwards, warrior two. Flip the palm, reach it forwards and take it back. Breathe into the side. Straighten the front leg, reach even further. And you can keep the back leg as it is now. Bring yourself up and over, come into your version of triangle. Hand onto the shin or hand in front of the ankle. So this time reach the left arm up and over your head. Try and twist the chest more towards the sky. Look down. Lower the left hand down. And then bend into your right leg. Pick up your back heel. Walk your right foot over to your right hand. Yeah. All right, you're going to stand onto your right leg. Lift your left leg up. Good morning, right hamstring. Keep a bend in your right knee if you need. Have your hands on a block if you need. Breathe in, lift and lengthen. Breathe out and fold forwards, nose towards your shin. Yowzers. Lower your left foot to your right. Breathe in, hands on your shins, lift the head and chest up. And breathe out and fold it forwards, relax your head. So how does that feel through your right leg? Or can you just feel that your left leg wants to have a little bit of the same treatment? That's what I can feel. Bending your knees, roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Take the hands behind you, thighs forwards, hips forwards, lean it back. And then lift it up and over to hinge from your hips. Good, guys. Release the hands. Now you're going to breathe in to lift your head and chest up. And then breathe out. Plant your hands down. You're going to bend your knees. Jump or step your feet back, plank. Take your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Woo! Big breath in, guys. And long breath out. Last flow like this, so bring your big toes to touch. Breathe in, left leg to the sky. Heel into your bottom, open up the hip, enjoy the stretch there. Left knee into your nose, slot your foot inside the hands. Come up into this high lunge shape. Lovely, good. So let's drop the back heel 45 and walk your front foot forwards, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the side. And come back, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, reach the fingers far away. Left hand on the shin below your knee, twist the chest towards the sky. Or left hand inside left foot. Yeah, reach the right arm up and over your head, breathe in. Good. Look down, lower the right hand down, bend into your left leg, pick your back heel up, walk your left foot over to the left side. Step onto your left leg and lift your right leg up. Breathe in, lift the length up. Breathe out. Try and bring your nose to your shin. You can have your hands on a block if you need to, but enjoy the stretch through your left hamstring. You can always have a bend in that left leg as well. Good. And then when you're ready, which I'm sure you are, let your right foot rest next to your left foot. Breathe in, take a halfway lift, so you're lifting the head and chest up. And then breathe out and fold forwards. Now, make sure there's a bend in your knees. It's going to help protect your back. Slowly start to roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. And that's it. And then we're going to hang tight here. Give the shoulders a shake. Give the hips a little shake. If you have got a block, we're going to grab it now. But you can do all of this without your block. Okay? Squeeze the block in between your legs. Yeah. If not, you just got your feet below your hips, so a little space in between your feet. And it's like you're trying to draw your legs in towards each other without the knees touching. Okay? So you can have your hands by your side. Take your weight onto your left foot and hover your right foot off the floor. So imagine you're squeezing the block. Yeah, if you've got one, you are squeezing it. And then you're going to take the body forwards and keep squeezing the block, or imagine that you're squeezing the block. You have a little look down, make sure your toes stay in line. Yeah. And then keep the foot off the floor as you come back up to standing. Okay, so now let's change sides. So standing onto your right foot, hover your left foot off. Keep the hips level, even though that left foot's hovering. Squeeze your block, push your hips back, and lower your chest towards the floor. So you're getting that chest parallel to the floor. You're feeling the right hamstring. You're feeling your inner thighs. You're feeling your hips level, like you did when you're on your back. Yeah. Squeeze the legs together as you come back to standing. Yeah. How's those hamstrings? Lower the left foot. Hover your right foot off. Now keep squeezing the block or squeezing your legs towards each other. And then start to hinge from your hips, toes in line. Find something solid to focus on. Now remember when we were lying down on our back with the feet up in the air, the block in between our legs, it's the same shape. You want to have your hips pushing, or the back of your body into the floor, yeah, like it was before. Push down to lift back up. And lower the right foot down, and then just hovering the left foot off and hinging from the hips. Squeeze the blocks together, or not, but make sure your toes don't come forwards if you haven't got the block. Release, come back up, place the foot down. You can let the block just rest on the floor a minute, shake all that out. Imagine you've still got the block there. Now, actually, let's, if you have got the block, let's do this. So bring your hands into the block and squeeze the block into your chest. And again, if you haven't got a block, don't worry, just press your hands together. Take your weight onto your left foot and hover your right foot off the floor. Have a little look down, make sure the toes don't come forwards. Yeah, keep those toes in line. Squeeze the block with your hands, or squeeze the hands together, and then start to hinge from the hips like you did earlier. Have a micro bend in your left leg. Make sure your toes don't come forwards. Don't let those right toes come forwards. Now, can you extend your right leg up? Toes pointing downwards. Don't open up that right hip. Imagine you're still squeezing the block. Yeah? Lift yourself back up and bring your right foot back with you. Well done. Lower your right foot onto the floor. Carve your left foot off. Squeeze the imaginary block. Keep your toes in line. Don't let them come forwards. Press your hands into the block. And then start to hinge from the hips. Bringing your body forwards. Feel your right hamstring. Feel the strength through your left leg, left inner thigh. Might be micro bending that right leg. Now lift the left leg up and don't let the hips open. Toes point down. Can you bring that back leg so that it's parallel to the floor? Bending that right leg if you need. Nice. Good. Bring your chest up and lower your left foot back. How's those hamstrings, guys? We've got one more round. Left foot onto the floor. Hover your right foot off. Squeeze the block with your hands. That's going to help keep your chest lifted. And then hinge from your hips. Micro bend that left leg if you need. So now lift your right leg up to the sky. So this is your warrior 3 shape. All right, so now the hips are level. Can you open up your right hip? So now your right toes will turn to the right and your right hip will open. Don't worry so much about the chest. The chest will turn slightly to the right. Good, can you bring that right hip back down? Don't worry if you fall and wobble. I am going to fall and wobble. And then can you stay there, warrior 3. Right foot comes in line with the left foot. Your body's still parallel to the floor. Come up to standing and set your right foot down. Whew. All good. Hover onto your right foot. Press your block together. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Hinge from the hips. Have a micro bend in your right leg if you need it. Extend your left leg back. Hips stay level. Squeeze the hands into the block. Now try and open up the left hip so the toes turn to the left. Your chest will turn slightly to the left. Breathe in. Make sure you're still breathing. Can you bring the hips back level? Don't worry if you fall and wobble. I did on the right side. Can you keep your body parallel to the floor as your left foot comes in line with the right? And then come back up to standing. Lower the left foot down. Well done. Was you breathing? Yeah. Release the block. Take the hands behind you. Put fingers pointing down. Breathe in, lift the head and chest up. Stretch up through the body there, taking it all the way back. And then lifting up and over, hinge from your hips. How's those hamstrings there? Releasing the hands, scoop the head and chest up. And as you breathe out, plant the hands down. You're going to jump or step your feet back into a plank. Vinyasa, push your heels back so you feel the stretch through the calves. Head forwards, lower down. Breathe in, lift the head and chest up. Breathe out, take it up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. And a long breath out. Good, guys. Bring your big toes to touch. Lift the right leg to the sky. Heel into your bottom, open up the hip there. Should feel nice after all that hard work. Right knee to touch your right wrist. Let the right shin rest on the floor. Move the right foot to the left hand. Slide the back leg away. Well done, guys. Walk your hands back. Lift your chest up. Breathe in. Good. And breathe out. Good. Maybe you can hover the hands off the floor. Doesn't matter if not. But you can lean onto your right side. Try and bring your left leg all the way around. Use your hands if you need. You're going to slot your left foot outside your right leg. If that's too much, have your foot inside the leg. Yeah. I'll turn this way. So it can be here or it can be outside. Reach right fingers up. Okay, and as you breathe out, 2 options. A little bit harder is right elbow outside the knee. Or you can just wrap your arm around the knee. Left fingertips behind you, breathe in. And breathe out as you twist, twist, twist. Good, come back to the center. Hands either side, breathe in, lift yourself up. And then breathe out, bring your chin over your knee. That might be enough for you there. Or you can try this. Slide your left foot just to the outside of your right thigh. I like to stand up onto my hands, squeeze my knees on top of each other, and then sit back into the stretch. Yeah. As you was before was fine. Breathe in, lift up, and then breathe out. Bring your chin over your knee. Just see if you need a little bit more, make your way into this shape. Nice, guys, good. Bring yourself back up. Nice. We're going to let that left knee come up, and we'll take it all the way around us. And then bring it all the way back. And again, take it all the way around us. You can whack the person next to you if there's someone there, and then bring it all the way back. Good. All right, last time, take it all the way around. Come into that pigeon pose again. Hands down, tuck back toes, and let's take the right leg back. Downward facing dog. Wiggle out anything that needs wiggling there. Now we bring the left knee to the left wrist, left shin onto the floor. Bring your left foot towards your right hand. Yeah, if that causes any pain in the left knee though, keep your heel really close to the left leg. Walk the right leg back, walk the hands back, lift the chest up, breathe in, and breathe out. Now you can fall onto your left thigh, and then use your hands if you want to bring your right leg all the way around. You're going to either slot the foot on the outside of the knee. A little bit easier is just the foot inside the knee. You can always be on a block as well. Yeah. Left hand up. You can either wrap the arm around the left knee or slot the elbow on the outside of the left knee. Right fingertips behind you into the twist. Breathing in. And breathing out to twist, twist, twist. So it's wringing out your digestive system, ready for your breakfast. Good. And then coming back to the center. So just try this, breathe in, lift yourself up, breathe out, bring your chin over your knee. If you want to go a little bit deeper, then you're going to take that left foot on the outside, right foot on the outside of your left leg. And again, I like to come up onto my hands, squeeze my knees on top of each other, and then sit back in between the feet. Breathe in and breathe out. But maybe the pose before suits you better. Yeah, maybe you're already getting enough of a stretch in that pose. It's great, but deep within the hips here. Nice, guys, good. Okay, start to bring yourself back up. And we're going to lean into this left side and pick your right knee up. Swing it behind you. Remember, we're going to come back, so don't get too comfortable. And then bring it all the way back around. Belly back, tuck the thigh in. And then take it back and around. And then squeeze it around. Squeeze belly button back. Yes, and then take it all the way back into your pigeon shape. So that right leg back, hands can be on the floor. Tucking your back toes, and we'll take the left leg back into your downward facing dog. Big breath in, and long breath out. Cool, guys, bend your knees and look forwards. Lightly jump your feet inside the hands. Lower your bum towards the floor somehow. Take the hands behind your thighs. Lift your head and chest up. Hover your feet off the floor. Now, if you've got a block, why not squeeze the block in between your legs? Yes, why not? Shins then parallel to the floor. Lift the head and chest up. Squeeze your block. Maybe take your hands away. This is an option. Yeah, breathe in. Can you lean the chest away from the block? Yeah, how far can the chest lean away from the block? Turn your palms face down. Keep squeezing your block as you lower down onto your lower back, keeping your shoulders off the floor, straightening your legs. Core super strong there. Come back up if you can. Knees bent, lift the chest up. Squeezing your block. Reach through your feet. Tuck your tail. Curve the spine. Good morning. Come back up. Bend the knees. Lift the chest up. Last one. Curve through the spine. Keep the shoulders off the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower yourself onto the mat. Relax your legs. Relax your hips. As you breathe in, let your belly expand and your body expand. As you breathe out, let your whole body relax. Cool, guys. Lovely. So, take the block away. Pop your feet flat onto the floor again, knees bent. Now, try with the block in between your legs. If that feels too much on your knees, don't worry, you can just take it away. So if you're going to go up into wheel pose, you're going to try and keep the block there. If it feels too much, just take the block away and turn your toes out slightly. Yeah, we don't want to pull on the knees. Right, so take your hands up and over your head, fingers towards your shoulders. Squeeze the elbows in towards your ears. Breathe in. If you have got the block, squeeze the block, belly button back, push through the hands to lift the hips up, and then if you want to come up into wheel, go for it here. So pushing down to the hands to lift the chest up and work on squeezing the block together. Like I said, if this causes problems for your knees, let the block go, turn your toes out slightly, otherwise try and feel the inner thighs strong as the chest moves forwards. Or you are in bridge pose. Yeah. Keep squeezing the block as you look up, and then lower the spine back down, vertebra by vertebra. Catch hold of the block, move it to one side. Knees as wide as your hips, and windscreen wiper the legs. Well done. Try that again. Okay, so round 2, with or without the block. Bridge or wheel. Okay, so taking the hands up and over your head, fingers towards the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out, belly button back. Push through the feet to lift the hips up. Maybe you're staying here, or maybe you're pushing up into that wheel shape. And maybe now you're feeling warm enough in wheel to straighten the legs, squeezing the block together. Maybe it's too much. You've got to listen to your body. Do what feels good. I'm giving you all the options. And then looking up, bending the knees, start to lower the spine down, vertebra by vertebra. Good. Take the block away. Feet as wide as the mat, windscreen wiper the legs. Awesome, guys. My love-hate relationship with this next pose. I hate to do it, but I love how it makes me feel. So just before we go into it, knees go inside the arms. Have a space in between your legs. Interlace the fingers and draw the hands back towards the chest. Counterposing the wheel and the bridge. Now you can be here, this is good. Okay, if you want to go into my least favorite pose, palms flat, lift the hips up, legs over the head and toes behind you. Now you might have the feet hovering off the floor. Don't look from side to side. Okay, keep your eyes straight up. Maybe the toes rest on the floor. Maybe the knees go down by the ears. Try and relax the vertebra down onto the mat. Try and relax the back of the body. Arms can go flat, and we'll start to lower the spine down, vertebra by vertebra. And if you're hugging your knees in, let go of your legs, and we'll just take the feet straight up to the sky. Squeeze the legs together like you were squeezing a block, and then draw a circle on the ceiling with your feet. So keeping the ankles still and just feeling that nice massage on your lower back. And then take the circle the other way. I could do this all day. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together, knees open, rest the edges of the feet on the floor. Arms can go up and over your head. If it works well for you, I like to finish as well with the block underneath my shoulder blades. Soles of the feet together, arms up and over the head. You could have a play with it and see how that feels for you. It can be quite intense for some people, so you could just leave the block away. But for some of us, it's a really good counter pose to our day. So have a play with it, see if it suits you. And if it suits you and you can be still there, let your eyes close and let your body relax for a moment. And if it doesn't suit you, then just take it away. Take a big full breath in through your nose. And open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Letting everything that you've worked just relax. And allowing the practice just to settle in your bodies. If you've got time to stay here a little bit longer, stay there as long as you can. And if you're ready to move with me, start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe taking the block away, doing a nice big yawn, stretching the arms above the head. And then lowering over onto the right hand side into a fetal shape, just taking a little bit of time there. And keeping your eyes closed, make your way back up to seated to face the front. Sit in any shape that feels good. Bring your hands to the heart center, press the thumbs into your chest bone. In gratitude to yourselves for getting up and getting on your mat today. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for coming this morning. Namaste. Hope you have a beautiful day. We're ready for the day. So I've recorded this, so if you wanted to go back over some bits, if you want to go back over the torture, then you can. But have a beautiful day, guys. Thanks for coming.